All right, so it looks like in the aftermath of the New Zealand Christchurch thing, I don't know if me saying what it was will get me demonetized, because most things get you demonetized. Trigger words, trigger warnings. It looks like they've banned Jordan Peterson's book in New Zealand. Now, this is exactly what the shooter said he was trying to do. Is sow division, because he knew that all he had to do was do. He really didn't even need to say this. I think most people that most rational people in the middle kind of know that this is what's going on. So all he did, any shooting or anything like that, or something to that effect, is going to be used for propaganda by the far left. It is what it is. Most lawful gun owners will be pissed and say, I shoot the hell out of that dude if he freaking came in there. That's what they would do. But what the far left wants to do is ban all guns. So this is why we need to disarm ourselves. This is why we need to disarm ourselves, because someone else does something and it's not me, so I need to give up my guns. When does that happen? And now New Zealand has a mandatory buyback program. Their mandatory buyback program to actually get rid of something is semi-automatic. But my thing is that they're going to ban Jordan Peterson's book. What the hell? This is almost like the Green New Deal. In the Green New Deal, when we're supposed to be talking about climate, all of a sudden they start talking about identitarianism. That's what they start talking about. All of a sudden we say, well, why are we? What do you mean the reparations and talking about indigenous people and stuff? What the hell does that got to do with the climate? If you want to talk about that, let's talk about it. But let's not try to sit back and roll that into something to talk about climate change. So with the Jordan Peterson's book talks about taking responsibility for yourself and being a good person, not just a man, being a good person, taking responsibility for your actions and make good choices and things like that. What the hell does that have to do with shooting? But like I said, what the far left is going to do, here is use this to ban any speech that they do not like and push out any thoughts that they do not like. What kind of utopia are you hoping for? I think, that's me talking about this, but I remember if anybody's ever saw The Matrix, they talked about the scene when Neo was talking to the architect, and the architect said that they tried to make a utopia where everything was great in the Matrix and things like that, and they lost a lot of people because the bodies of the people, their consciousness would not accept that. It wouldn't accept that, so they lost it. So that was a major loss. So they actually had to program in strife and things that you have to overcome. Things that you have to overcome. I think Neil deGrasse Tyson said something that I thought was pretty. It made a lot of sense too when he talked about living forever. If you live forever, you have no ambition. You'll always just put something off until the next day. And I know I'm going off on a tangent here, but I know that that has to do with it has sort of do what I'm talking about here. This utopianism that they think that they do, or this utopian idea that they actually feel as if they're going to achieve by just banning every single thing that they don't like. The issue is that you constantly ban and you constantly try to acquiesce to crazy demands. People end up getting pushed out. The same with Megan Murphy. Hardcore feminist and this and that, and Martina Navratilova, hardcore feminist and leftist and all this other stuff. They ended up getting squeezed out. Why? Because you can never live up to the ideals of these people. You can't. No one can. Eventually, you will piss one of them off. and you're casted out as a far-right person. This is dangerous what these people are doing. And they're going to use everything that they possibly can to put forth their agenda. That's my thoughts on that. Comment, like, share, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.